Hi, welcome to Moms on the Go tutorials. Today, we're going to learn how to make a skills assessment sheet using PowerPoint. And these skills assessment sheets can be used for your pre-K class or kindergarten class or first grade or anything like that for school. You can use them for something else, but today we're going to learn how to make those. And they're pretty simple to make. So we're just going to walk you through it. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the one I made previously. And it's here. So this was a 5-week assessment that I made for one of my students that I tutored. It's a skills assessment, and we put the title here, the student, I put the name here, the teacher, the name here, and then we just made out the letters, right? Or uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and then our sounds, or phonetic sounds that we were working on. So what I used this for was at the end of like every session, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or 6 weeks, or whatever, I showed this to the parent, and we circled each time I went over one of the letters. I circled the letters of the alphabet, whether it's uppercase or lowercase, on what the student did and what we needed to work on, as well as the phonetic sounds of the letters as well. So we're going to click over to a fresh sheet, and we're going to put our title. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to our Insert tab, and then we're going to click our text box, and we're just going to put a text box right here at the top. And we're going to label that Skills Assessment. Okay, then I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to take this, and you can highlight it, or you can just click on it, or you can click in front of it, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to center it, right? So I'm going to bring this back, and that's centered. If we want to make the letters a little bit bigger, we can make it bigger by increasing the font. If we wanted to change the way it looks, we can change the font here. And I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to do that part of it. Okay, so then the next part that we're going to do is we're going to take this down just a little bit. And at the very top, if you remember this other screen here, I have the 5 weeks. So again, I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and I'm going to put a text box, and I'm going to put here, and I can do 5 weeks. Okay, so I have my 5 weeks, and I have my skills assessment, and then I put the next text box here. So I can put the student here. I'm going to put the student, and then I'm going to put teacher. Okay, then we can just move this to where we want it. We can move this box back up. We can move this to where we want it. Okay, and then we're going to start adding the other boxes. So this box for the uppercase, lowercase, and the phonetic sounds. So what we're going to do is go back up here, and then we're going to go ahead and get a text box. And we're going to put it about right there. And then we're going to type in uppercase. We're just going to click on it and center it. Okay, then we double click in the box. We're going to go back over to the left. So we're going to left align. Then we're going to start putting our alphabets. You can skip 2 spaces or 1 space. It doesn't really matter if you're going to stay within either 1 or 2. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, space, space. Whoops, space, space, H, space, I. Then go into the next line, do J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. So we're going to make sure that each of these letters are underneath each other, right? So if we were off spacing for one, we're going to go and up and we're going to add extra space. So that way our letters are going to be uniform and it's going to look professional. So if we jump up and we can go down, they should be on the same line. Okay, so we're going to continue our S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so then what we're gonna do for this is we're gonna add some space. So we're gonna click here and just add some space up at the top. And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add a border around the box. So one way we can add a border is we can just right click and then we can format the shape. And the shape we're going to have again is going to be the border. So we're going to do the square, or we could have done the square like this. So you can either color it in, and you could bring the wording to the front. So click down here if I want to bring that to the front. So in order to add a border, we're going to insert, okay, now we're going to insert the border. So what we're going to do is click on the box and we right click, and then there's style, fill, outline. So we're going to outline and we're going to click on weighted. And so here are the weights here. So let's just do the 3-point weight, or we can do the thicker one, but let's just do the 3-point weight in there. So we have a border there. So then we go back up here and then we're going to make another box and we're going to label the box lowercase. I'm going to click in it to center it. And then go back and left align, and then we're going to make our lowercase letters. And let's just stay uniform with the uppercase box and end with I on the first line. J, K, L, M, N. So all the way to Z. We're going to make this the same height. So we're going to scoot this over and scoot the S over. And then we're going to push that down a little bit, push our box up a little bit so it can be equal to the line above. So let's just take out a space here. Okay, so then we click on the box and we right click. we're going to go to outline, then we're going to go to weighted, and then we use the 3-point weight, and then there we have our second box. So the next box that we're going to make are the phonetic sounds, which has the capital letter as well as the lowercase letter. And we're going to make the sound box down below. So we're going to go back up to insert, and then we're going to insert a text box. If you wanted to add anything else, you can add other things as well. Okay, we want to have them to be the same size. So in this box, we're going to have our sounds. Put center. And then we're going to go to back to left align. We're going to scoot down one. We're going to do uppercase, lowercase. Uppercase, lowercase. Okay, so then let's add a couple of spaces there. Then we're going to put the circle around, the square. We're going to outline the box and the weighted lines to 3-point. Okay, so then there's the weighted lines. And so we can ignore all of these. They're saying thinking it's a word, and it's not a word. So we're going to ignore all of these underlines, and I'm just going to take them away so they don't confuse us. Ignore all. Okay, so we want to make sure that everything is lined up. So we may have to scoot some of these over a little bit so we can make them look a little uniform. Okay, so that looks about right. So to make this look a little bit prettier, we're going to go and add a photo. Just like I have the photo of the little boy here, we're going to add, and this was a little boy that I was teaching, so you can put a boy and a girl, or school or anything like that. So what we're going to do is go to insert, and we're going to look for online pictures. And then I'm going to search for something maybe like school and see what comes up, and then we'll add that. So we're going to search for school. How about a bus? That looks fun. So let's do insert. So click on the picture to make it a little bit smaller so it can fit here. And let's put it right there. And then that's our school bus. So there you have it. We have our skill assessment, and it looks pretty much like what we did up here. And you can use that for your students in school. So any teachers or tutors that we have out there, if you're going to try to do freelance tutoring, You can put your students' work on one of these nice PowerPoint forms, and you can print that out. You can save it and print it into, you can turn it into a PDF, or you can just print it out just like it is, and you can hand it out to the parents so they can see what their student is doing. So this is really good for tutors. So I did this when I was tutoring, and this was really helpful to me. So I hope this is helpful to you guys if you're wanting to think about freelance tutoring or anything like that. We're going to be doing more worksheets, and I'll show you more things on how to make your job a little bit easier. But I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want to see, make sure you drop us a message there in our comments, and we'll try to answer your question. Okay? Thank you.